Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Thursday, December 3rd, 2015. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. As Nevis welcomed the Christmas season with an official tree lighting ceremony in Charlestown last evening, Premier the Honorable Vance Amory noted that the event symbolized that Nevisians still recognize the importance of Christmas in their lives. Premier Amory was one of the speakers who addressed last evening's ceremony.
We saw the children dancing. We heard them singing, and that is all part of our tradition, albeit slightly different from the years of the 60s and the 50s and so on, when we had the Sagwa and we had purely Christmas carols. We are now seeing a change in emphasis, but the underlying message of Christmas still remains that we must have peace and we must have goodwill among men.
The Department of Community Development uses the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony as an occasion to recognize Nevisians who have made sterling contributions to community development. Among the honorees was the patron of last evening's event, Stephen Hanley.
I just want to thank the organizers for selecting me as the patron. It has been a humbling experience. And again, to say thanks to the Nevis Island administration and all of the organizers for the community development for choosing me for this activity tonight, and to encourage all of us to have a Merry Christmas and to have a bright and prosperous 2016. I would also like to use this opportunity to say thanks to everyone who prayed and gave best wishes during my difficult times over the last few months. And so I would just use this opportunity to say thank you as well to those here and those in radio and TV land.
5 other persons were recognized for contributions in their respective communities. Those honorees were Vernon Tim Wilkinson from the St. Thomas's Parish, Gloria Esdale from the St. Paul's Parish, Jacqueline Wallace from the St. John's Parish, Marjorie Brandy from the St. George's Parish, and Frank Mills from the St. James's Parish. Each received an award presented by Deputy Premier and Minister of Social Development, the Honorable Mark Brantley.
This is the start of a season where we on this island have an opportunity to renew our faith, renew our commitment to each other, and once again become our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper. Christmas, of course, is all about giving. It's about forgiveness. It's about brotherhood. It's about us having an opportunity for renewal. And that has to be our message and must continue to be our message as we celebrate in every nook and cranny, in every part of Nevis. As we go from place to place for these various Christmas tree lightings, they afford us an opportunity as a community to come together. Merry Christmas when it comes. And I look forward certainly to a wonderful Christmas season of camaraderie, of peace, of brotherhood, and of community, for which we on the island of Nevis have always been famous.
Meanwhile, constituency representative for St. Paul's, the Honorable Roberta Hector, reminded that the message of a need for love and concern for fellow men remains important, especially at Christmas.
Let us remember to give thanks to God for the blessings that He has bestowed upon us throughout this year. May our prayer for Christmas be one that parents recognize their responsibilities and recommit themselves to their children. As politicians, let us recognize our responsibility and recommit ourselves to our citizens. I also wish that our children with special needs will be given the love they so rightly deserve. It is also my hope that God may grant us guidance and protection throughout 2016.
The ceremony was punctuated with various performances in song, dance, and dramatization to put the attendees in the Christmas spirit. Meantime, the Department of Community Development is preparing to host 25 other Christmas tree lighting ceremonies this year. According to the department's calendar, those ceremonies will take place as follows: December 11th, Coal Hill; December 12th, Rollins and Bath Village; December 13th, Pond Hill; December 14th, Fig Tree and Butlers. December 15th, Jessops. December 16th, Newcastle and Craddock Road. December 17th, Gingerland, Cotton Ground and Cherry Gardens. December 18th, Camps, Brown Hill and Catesby, Westbury. December 19th, Cane Garden, Brick Kiln, Prospect, Banscott and Fountain. December 21st, Cox Village and Handys Road, and December 22nd, Church Ground. 22 persons have graduated from the Department of Education's Early Childhood Sector Nursery Caregivers Orientation Workshop. The graduation ceremony took place on Tuesday, December 1st at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall. Early Childhood Coordinator and Workshop Facilitator Donnie Lance gave a summary of the workshop.
The Nursery Orientation Training Workshop was held for a period spanning several weeks, beginning on 1st October to the 19th of November. These 2-hour-long sessions were conducted on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Charlestown Secondary School. 31 caregivers participated in the training workshop. Each participant was expected to attend at least 10 sessions to receive a certificate. This workshop was designed to equip the nursery caregivers with the skills and knowledge needed to ensure that the babies left in their care are stimulated in all areas of their lives so that they can grow into well-rounded children.
Principal Education Officer Paul Z. Wilkin congratulated the participants and graduates of the course.
Participants, I must say, congratulations again to all of you. Not just the 21 or 22 who are graduating, but the entire group of 31. Because even if you did not complete the course, you have received valuable information that will really help you to make a difference both in your home-based centers and also at the nursery and daycare centers.
Graduate Leonie Dason spoke on behalf of the caregivers.
The orientation was timely and well received. It is also been reported that the facilitators were knowledgeable about the topics they presented. As a result, our minds were stimulated and our thoughts provoked, that questions came from every corner of the room. Some of us have participated in orientation workshops over the years, but we always had to travel to St. Kitts. Thus, we are grateful to Mrs. Florence Smithen for her foresight in sourcing the funds from UNICEF so as to enable all home and center-based caregivers to full advantage of sharpening and improving our skills on home soil.
Certificates were presented to the graduates by Wilkin, Lance, and Education Officer with responsibility for early childhood development, Florence Smithen. Also present at the graduation ceremony was Director of Early Childhood Development on St. Kitts, Jacqueline Morris. The ceremony was punctuated with items of poetry and a song by the participants. Still to come,
I hope we can encourage other young filmmakers who come from this island.
The details after this break.
Hey, you know it's your groovy so come on king, your boy Speedy, and I'm here with the Inland Revenue Department, and I love my side dish. And guess what? I also love Nevis too. And as a responsible taxpayer, your tax dollars help to build our nation. So I'm here to tell you, pay your taxes on time and be a responsible citizen. And don't get me wrong, it's a serious song. I pay my taxes. Boom!
Welcome back. The Navy Solid Waste Management Authority on Friday, November 27th hosted a meeting at its main office in Ramsbury with staff of the St. Kitts Solid Waste Management Corporation. The authority's general manager, Andrew Hendrickson, said the meeting was productive and he hopes to see positive results coming out of it.
We discussed matters of mutual concern, the challenges that we face, and we try to come up with solutions. I think that our little meeting was very educational and uplifting, and I'm looking forward to positive results from this collaboration.
General Manager of the St. Kitts Solid Waste Management Corporation, Alfonso Bridwater, explained the reason for the meeting.
The process of collaboration is not new. We have been doing this ever since Mr. Hendrickson came on board. Several times we had met him and met with Rudy, his operations manager, on a variety of topics. They have come down. In fact, they're part of the family. They were at our opening of our new offices, there for several other things. So we just thought that we formalize it a little bit, and that's the reason why we are here.
He also gave these details about the meeting.
We have dubbed this particular session a share and tell session. So we're sharing expectations, we're sharing experiences, we're sharing outcomes that we have witnessed from point to point. And it's stretched from anything to do with the generation, to the storage, to the transportation, the treatment of solid waste. And in particular to departments, whether it has to do with collection, with management, with finance, with accounts. And we have even gone to special project initiatives like the waste to energy.
Operations Manager at the Nevis Solid Waste Management Authority, Dennis Brown, was also part of the meeting, as well as representative from the Public Health Department, Javier Otley. The St. Kitts Solid Waste Management Corporation's delegation also consisted of Planning and Operations Engineer Anya O'Flaherty, Senior Accounts Clerk Judith Isles, Operations Supervisor Wilman McCall, and Project Officer and Landfill Manager Valentine Heiliger. Film director Robin Baxter says by making a film in Nevis, he hopes that he and his crew can encourage other young filmmakers from Nevis. Baxter is the director of the documentary Rivers of Time, which is based on the book written by time detective Dr. June Goodfield, depicting the life of Philippa de St. Prentice. Baxter, along with Goodfield and production manager Helen Kidd, said when they arrived on the island some 3 weeks ago, they received a brilliant welcome.
We've had 2 weeks of absolutely fantastic help from everybody we've run into. It's been, I mean, people tell me it's a friendly island, and that's an understatement. We've had a brilliant welcome. We've made some pleas for help to people, and they have always responded, whether it's lending a boat or helping us set a location or guiding us to where we need to go for the next bit of filming. It's been absolutely brilliant.
The film director says he is now dedicated to returning to Nevis to share his expertise with local filmmakers.
I'm certain that I'm going to return to the island, and I think it would be the very least I can do after the generosity that's been extended this time to offer a symposium or a small seminar with anybody who's interested to just have a chat about how we do things, perhaps with bigger television audiences and larger production films, and just point a way if anybody wants to learn a little bit more about an industry we know about. There's a lot of talent here, that's undoubted. There's a lot of enthusiasm. There's a lot of ambition. And if we can help in any way, I'd be only too pleased to take a step in that direction.
Baxter also had some advice for local filmmakers.
And I think there's more cultural heritage that I could bring out in a 45-minute film, but I think what we've managed to witness as we've gone around is evidence of that. Performing skills, humour, dance, sport, all those ingredients make up the cultural package here. And they're things we've suggested. We've filmed some music, we've filmed some sporting events, we've filmed some fun things happening, but we've merely scraped the surface on culture, and I would like to think we can encourage Nevisian filmmakers to get to grips with that, because I know people will be interested.
Baxter, Goodfield and Kidd were speaking at a press conference which was held on November 25th to announce the making of the film Rivers of Time. That's it for this evening's edition of the Nevis Newscast. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Thank you for viewing. Good night.